Dr. Umar Johnson, a living contradiction. He wants to travel the globe and speaks at many events. People curl up basically at his feet to hear him speak. And he talks about black unity, but the cornerstone of black unity and black community is the black family. And his daughter is out here doing things like this.
What?
From a psychology standpoint, can you explain even what Stockholm Syndrome means to people?
Stockholm Syndrome is when someone grooms you, dominates, destroys you to the point where they eliminate any imagination or memory of you being independent or wanting independence. You start to depend on them. You start to rely on them. They become your world. And you start to believe that you cannot exist without them, despite the fact that they are punishing you, manipulating you, and putting your life in danger. Our enslavement in America, post-traumatic slavery disease, is a form of Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay.
It's the most pronounced form,
Right.
but it's a form of Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay. So
It's basically brainwash.
Right.
Cut you off from the world, what any domestically abusive man does.
Right.
I'm going to cut her off from her family. I'm going to cut her off from her friends. I'm going to cut her off from her church, her social network, right?
Right.
And I'm going to remake her world, because the brain is what? The victim of repetition. I don't care how intelligent you are. The brain is not conditioned on intelligence alone.
Right.
So apparently his daughter is homeless, and she's been couch surfing and she has been hotel surfing. And unfortunately, her father, who helped bring her into the world, is not of any assistance. Now, he's a man. He knows that the wolf packs are out. He knows that a young girl is like a little lamb in the jungles of streets out here. And he goes around, he talks about unity, he talks about black love, he talks about brothers, no snow bunnies, and all this other spiel he does with that. But he doesn't encourage the black men to respect black women. Because at the end of the day, if you're running around creating children with black women and you're not taking care of the children, then you are really of no use to black women. And it really surprises me the amount of black women that huddle and hover at his feet and listen to him spilling all of this nonsense. He has developed a cult following. And you have these men that are listening to him, and they look at him as some sort of example or role model. And some of these women are hoping that they'll be the one that he settles down with. I personally don't see him settling down with any women, because he has a fundamental lack of respect for women. If you can't even respect the mother of your children, if you can't respect your own daughters, what the hell makes these other women out here think that he's going to do them any good or treat them any better?
What?
So his daughter is couch surfing. She's putting herself out here on the internet streets. And she's exposing all kinds of just ridiculous things that she shouldn't be exposing to the public. And in my opinion, she's doing it because she wants attention. And it's not so much the attention from the public that she's seeking. In my opinion, she's seeking the attention from Daddy.
Fucking rental place for what? For all these hours just to not get no fucking car? I just spent $45 on an Uber to go to a homeless shelter just to not even stay there because they don't got no beds. It's stinking there. Then I leave, come to a McDonald's, the lobby closed. Now I'm spending money on another Uber to go somewhere else. I'm so tired of spending my money on Ubers, my nigga. Even if I was to spend money on a hotel, it don't matter. I gotta check out by 11 a.m. What the fuck is that gonna do? I just don't have nowhere to go, nowhere to stay. This shit...
Now, there's no way in the world that this man's daughter should have to be knocking on people's doors, begging them for a place to stay, to take a shower, to send her money for food, this, that, or whatever. He should totally and thoroughly be ashamed of himself.
Anissa. Anissa. She ain't got no phone. Huh? The girl, she ain't got no phone because she not my leg. I can't keep getting up. This is the last time. She not answering, but I'm on my cycle and I have to take a shower. Oh wow.
If she's not answering her phone, you shouldn't just come over her house and then be knocking on the door and the neighbor is expected to let you in.
Yeah, I don't know if I can keep letting people in either. Yeah, this is the last time. This is the last. Thank you so much. Go ahead, man. Get in the house. Get in the house. Go. Get in the house. Subi. 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 She's sleeping. Subi. Subi.
Totally irrelevant, but she looks nothing like Umar Johnson. I don't see any resemblance in anything. Eyebrows, eyes, nose, lips. I don't see any resemblance, but...
Subi. Excuse me.
Now, I know she's not trying to ask this lady to take a shower in her apartment.
Excuse me.
This man's daughter is out here in the streets asking people to take a shower in their apartment.
I should have asked her when she was out here.
The problem that a lot of women have is that they were abandoned by their fathers as children. The father was either beating up the mother and made the relationship impossible for them to stay with the man. And they went off and hopped off like a bunny into the woods somewhere and just abandoned their children. And a lot of these girls are being raised without their father, no protection or anything like that. What I see with this case with Anissa is that she did not grow up with that fatherly protection, that fatherly love. She saw abuse in the home, different things like that, which obviously affected her emotionally in some sort of way, and it is manifesting itself. As a mature woman, I would advise Anissa to let go of the past. Your parents were not perfect. Dr. Umar Johnson is obviously not perfect. You do need to let go of all of that, and you need to move on. Okay, you clinging on to the fact that he's not a perfect daddy and you didn't have a perfect mommy. You are ruining your own life. You're causing yourself to dwell in misery, and you are causing yourself to have exaggerated mental health and emotional issues. I think she needs to get a fucking job. I think she needs to stop ripping and running the streets. I think she needs to focus on something positive like getting a job and getting an education. You cannot help others if you can't help yourself. So all of that I saw, she wants to open a nonprofit and do this and do that. Honey, that's ways down the line. Right now, you need to help yourself and get on your own feet. Dr. Umar Johnson knows that it's rough out here in these streets. His daughter is young, she's immature, she's vulnerable, she is hooking up with all of these strangers. She could be targeted from people that do not like him. She could be targeted from people that like him, that's just trying to be close to his daughter as some sort of pathway into his life. So she needs to really stay off the internet, stop putting her business out there, because she is opening up herself and making herself vulnerable. I get that she wants attention from daddy, but she needs to realize that she may not get the attention from daddy that she's looking for, because daddy obviously has mental health issues himself. As far as Umar Johnson is concerned, he may be able to give some people good advice, but he obviously is not applying that into his own life. Because he, as a man who's supposed to be a protector and provider, will not have his young, vulnerable daughter out there on the streets like that. Anissa is from the Philadelphia area. I was born and raised in the Philadelphia area. What I would recommend is she fluff up a good $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 and get one of those properties out there. There are plenty of abandoned properties out there where the owner will turn over the deed for a few $1,000s. There are sheriff sale auctions that go on every month in Newcastle County, Delaware, where they have houses for sale. You only need to put like $5,000 up to start the bid. So she needs to get some sort of housing security. She can find one of them abandoned properties out there in Philadelphia, find the owner, do a quick claim deed, give them a couple of $1,000s. She needs to get off the street, get a fucking job, do some outpatient therapy that may include some sort of therapy for polysubstance abuse and mental health. She needs to go to school, get an education, whether it's a trade school or college. But she needs stable housing, number one. She needs to stop ripping and running the streets with all of these strangers that she does not know, because misery loves company and she's vulnerable, and the wolves like to prey on the vulnerable. It won't be long before she ends up hooking up with somebody who's going to end up turning her on to something to make her life spiral down even more than what it already is. But as a mature woman, when I look at Anissa, I see a young girl who's gone through certain things in life, but what she needs to do is snap out of it, get over it, get into something positive. She needs to have strong-minded people that are about something around her, not people that want to be in the rap game, people that are running around smoking and drinking all day, people that are running around couch surfing and homeless. She needs to be around positive people that are actually doing something with themselves. As far as having a relationship with Dr. Umar and her mother, the way she has said she wanted to burn down the house with her mother and her younger sibling in it, the way she has threatened to hurt her mother, hurt her sibling, her younger sister, hurt Dr. Umar Johnson, I really don't think that she should be around them right now, because she has a lot of anger and she could end up doing something to them that can cause her to be in jail for the rest of her life. Another thing I see with what's going on, and I see this in a lot of people that end up homeless, is you burn yourself out. people try to help you and stuff. They see that you're fucked up. You're not really trying to go nowhere. You're not trying to do anything. Your mental is thrown off. And they don't want to take a chance to keep letting you come up in their house. And then they got to fight like hell to get your black ass out of there. So a lot of people end up on the street because you burn yourself out with the people that were willing to help you. And you get to the point where she's doing what she's doing, basically going online, seeing what strangers pretty much are willing to let her come in and wash her ass. I mean, it's just like, girl, snap out of it. Okay? You're young. Now's the time to be building a foundation for your future self. And so if the foundation you're laying for your future self is you couch surfing, drinking so much until you're pissing all over yourself, running around, knocking on people's doors, trying to take a shower, and that's the foundation you're laying for your future. You need to snap out of it. You need to get with it. You need to have some forgiveness for your mother and your father because they were not perfect. I know they may have done things that they should not have done, but none of us are perfect, including our parents. Nobody came with an instruction manual and blueprint on what perfect things to do in life and stuff like that. So you dwelling on how imperfect your parents were while you're running around making mistakes yourself is like the pot calling the kettle black. So what you need to do is get off these streets, pulling period pads out of your pants, running around telling people you stink and you need to take a shower, and all this grift you got going. You got this grift going because you're riding off your daddy's notoriety. And you know that this is an embarrassment to him, but at the same time, you're reaching out to him, but at the same time, I can understand his hesitancy to really be around you because you're talking about killing him. So there are plenty of kids who have anger issues with their parents. I've seen people with anger issues with their parents choke their parents out, hit their parents, all kinds of stuff. So, you don't want to get in a situation where something will end up happening where you're going to end up regretting it. And at the same time, Dr. Umar Johnson, if you're supposed to be making all this money, doing all this, doing all that, you could at least go on and try to get this girl some sort of fixer-upper, get her a house at an auction somewhere. They got that Newcastle County Sheriff sale. They got all them abandoned houses in the Philadelphia area that you could go on and do a quick claim deed with somebody that would be willing to get a couple of $1,000s to go on and turn over the deed to get your daughter off the street so she won't have to be on social media exploiting and embarrassing herself and the family. A lot of these black men out here, not all, but a lot of these black men out here, they want to make the babies, but they don't want to take care of the babies. You are supposed to be a protector and a provider. And if you're not doing that, then you're not worth shit. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman.
I should have asked her when she was out here. Yo. I have to take a shower. Like, I'm on my cycle. I have to take a shower. Like, can I go to somebody's house and take a shower? Like,
I said, I'm going to see Umar Johnson. He went, no, Mum, you're going to see Dr. Umar. And I said, that was great. Then I told him how I watched you the other day on WhatsApp about your honey bunnies, no white bunny, chocolate bunny, which color bunny, and you was promoting all our black sisters. Do you know what my son said to me? He said, Mum, I understand all that. But and I'm just going to quote what my 27-year-old said to me, who actually knows about you. Well, I don't know what he knows, but what he said was, Mum, Why is it, if he's talking about representing the black sisters, and the black sisters, our brothers need to know who we are, and be dating the black sisters in the community, or go and find them in every other race. He said, why is it that Dr. Umar has three, please let me just say this, right? Why does he have 3 children with 3 baby mothers? And if they're all black queens, why has he not taken one of those queens and made them his absolute queen, and showed the black brothers that no matter what children you have, one of your mothers should be your permanent wife? That's what my son said to me.
That's powerful. I got a question.
First of all, Dr. Umar Johnson likes to talk about what happened during slavery and the slavery mentality remnants in today's society. Well, one of the slavery mentality remnants is black men being treated like studs, where they just run around, bang all of these women, create all of these children, and don't have any sort of paternal connection and instinct to them. They were just used as breeders, the way a farmer breeds cattle on a farm. So it isn't right for women to promote or accept these men running around creating all these babies, and then you have to compete for which one is going to be his wife.
I did say to my son, no, but listen, Dr. Umar, I did say to my son, when you are in the media, people will find a way to discredit you. So please don't listen to everything that you hear. But sometimes there's no smoke without fire. So I had to just say to him, I do not know about what you're talking about, and what he hears, he does not know it's a guaranteed fact neither. But I was just about to bring that to you. Okay?
Great point.
Thank you.
And it's a good question.
Right.
And my answer would simply be that my oldest daughter is 22 years old. There's no need to marry her mother, and there's reasons why I didn't marry her mother. And my 13-year-old princess is the only juvenile child that I have. My oldest is grown now. So it's really only one whose mother I would need to marry. And I'm not going to go into why. Just know that my mission dictates that whoever I marry can be a support to my work. I can't. It gotta be a support to the work. And I'm going to get married because I can't have a school without my queen.